All right, let's talk about love. We're so often sold this idea that it has to feel like a lightning strike, a huge, overwhelming rush of intensity. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the quiet, steady flame is what actually builds a love that lasts? Today, we're going to dig into why consistency might just be the most attractive, most powerful trait of all.
Come on, you know the feeling. That connection is just electric. The chemistry is off the charts, you're talking all night, and the level of attention they give you, it's completely intoxicating. Exactly. It's like you're living in a movie montage. Every moment feels super urgent, super important. You think, this is it. This is the one I've been waiting for. It's the kind of beginning that feels almost too good to be true. And then, the crash. All that energy just vanishes. The calls and texts slow down, and you're just left there totally confused, thinking, what just happened? This right here is the problem we're unpacking. That dizzying high of intensity and the painful, confusing fall that so often comes after. And this is the absolute key, the big idea for this whole explainer. While that intense rush feels like what we think love is, it's consistency, that quiet, steady, repeated effort that actually builds the real thing from the ground up. So why do we fall for intensity so hard? I mean, why is it so captivating? Well, it's not just in your head, it's in your brain chemistry. Let's get into the science of why those fireworks feel so incredible, even if they don't last. You know what I'm talking about. It's that whirlwind romance starter pack, right? The constant good morning texts, the I've never felt this way about anyone after like 2 dates. It's sharing your deepest secrets right away. It's basically a relationship on hyperspeed. So what's actually happening in our brains? Well, according to researchers like Helen Fisher, this kind of intense attraction totally lights up our brain's reward system. It just floods you with dopamine and adrenaline. It's the same chemical cocktail you get from, say, riding a roller coaster, which is why it feels so euphoric, so energizing, and yeah, so incredibly addictive. But here is the massive catch. You just can't live on that high forever. Nobody can. Those emotional fireworks, they burn out. And when a relationship is built only on that initial rush, it often just collapses once things get real because there was no solid foundation underneath it all. Okay, so if intensity is the firework, then consistency, that's the foundation. Let's completely reframe this idea of predictable. We're not talking boring here, we're talking powerful. Just notice how different these actions are. These aren't huge dramatic gestures. They're small, they're repeated, they are reliable. See, consistency isn't about one big flashy moment. It's about hundreds of tiny moments that build on each other day after day. And this requires a huge mental shift for a lot of us. We've been sold this story that love has to be this wild, unpredictable adventure. But in reality, knowing you can count on someone, knowing they're going to show up for you, that is what allows your nervous system to finally relax, to feel safe. And that feeling of safety, that's the bedrock of real deep intimacy. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is backed by serious research. The renowned psychologist Dr. John Gottman found that the couples who actually make it for the long haul are the ones who master these small, consistent acts of reliability. It's all about the everyday, not the once in a lifetime. So let's put these two ideas head to head. What's the thing that really truly creates lasting attraction? As we're about to see, real magnetism, the kind that lasts, often comes from a place of calm, not from chaos. I mean, just look at this comparison. It says it all, right? On one side, you've got the intense emotional roller coaster, which, let's be honest, almost always leads to anxiety and uncertainty. It's just not sustainable. And on the other side, consistency. It gives you emotional safety, calm, and trust. Those are the ingredients for something that can actually go the distance. Now, this is so important, so let me say it again. That feeling of butterflies in your stomach, constantly wondering, do they like me? Checking your phone every 2 minutes, we've learned to call that passion. But a lot of the time, it's not. It's just the physical stress of uncertainty. Real, lasting passion can actually grow from feeling secure, not just from the anxiety of not knowing where you stand. To make this all crystal clear, let's walk through a little story. It's a simple tale of 2 different people trying to win someone's heart, and it shows exactly what we've been talking about in action. So first up, we have Daniel. He is the poster child for that intense whirlwind romance. He comes in strong and he comes in fast. And at first, Daniel does everything right. He's overwhelming in the best possible way. He talks about their future together. He sweeps Aisha off her feet. But then, his behavior gets erratic. One day he's completely obsessed with her, the next he's distant. And for Aisha, that initial excitement, it quickly curdles into confusion and ultimately anxiety.
Okay, now let's bring in our second suitor, Kunle. He's the total opposite of Daniel. His approach isn't flashy or dramatic. It's just steady. It's grounded.
Kunle's actions are super simple, but they're incredibly powerful. He calls when he says he's going to call. He communicates. He builds trust through sheer reliability. There's no roller coaster. And the result? Over time, Aisha realizes she feels this deep, secure attraction to him, not because he swept her off her feet, but because he consistently, quietly showed her that she was valued and safe.
And that's the big lesson here. That's the punchline. While charm and intensity might grab your attention, it's reliability that actually earns your heart. It's the one quality that quietly proves someone is worth your trust and your time.
Just think about how powerful that message is. It's not about big, flowery words or promises about forever. It's about the simple, repeated action of showing up again and again and again. That consistent effort is the loudest, most convincing declaration of love there is. So I'll leave you with this question to carry with you. The next time you feel that amazing, intoxicating rush, that firework feeling, just take a second, pause, and ask yourself, is this connection built on a real foundation of respect and reliability, or is it just a beautiful, fleeting burst of intensity? Answering that honestly might just be the key to finding a love that truly lasts.